communication, and then please.
Let us pray. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, dear Lord, we just thank you for allowing us to all gather and meet here this morning. Dear Lord, we just pray that you watch over us and help guide us through this meeting to make the best decisions for the citizens of Limestone County. Dear Lord, we just thank you that for all that you do, and we ask you forgive us for our everyday sins. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag, pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to our meeting today. The next item on the agenda is our roll call, and let the record show that all the commissioners are here, with the exception of Commissioner Baker. At this time, do we have any questions? Okay, we will then go ahead and go into item number 6, which is our consent agenda. I hope y'all get a chance to look at that. One of the things that I wanted to ask the auditor to put into our consent agenda, and you each have it here on at your location, is unanticipated revenues that we get. I want to make sure y'all understand what that is, so you'll have it in mind, and this is something I'm asking her to do for us monthly. So we kind of have an idea of monies we've gotten in that we didn't budget, unanticipated revenue. As you can see on this list right here from the LCDC, we actually budgeted our $18,000 of revenue a month, which is the 400 inmates that they have promised us that they will do. Past that, we got some monthly differences there. I think y'all can see that so far this year, we've got around almost 65,000 of additional revenues that, if need be, we could spend on something. Not to mention, we also have another 100,000. They're about 103 to 105,000 that we got in on that extra equipment. So, in the event that we had to get something and didn't want to go into our budget, we do have unanticipated revenue. Past that, does anyone have any discussion about the consent agenda?
I move we pass the consent agenda.
Second. We do have a motion in a second. Any other discussion on that item? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item number 7 is discussing our take possible action on the county burn ban. Matt and I talked about this quite a bit yesterday. We got a lot of rain last night, so I definitely think we ought to take it off for a while. The problem is that the grass is so dry, it's starting to green up in some places, but that, with your permission, if it gets real dry here in the next, 8 or 10 days, before our next meeting, I should say, I'm going to go ahead and put it back on, the burn ban back on. I think right now, my recommendation, I think Matt's recommendation is that we take the burn ban off.
Matt, would the only negative be that the ground's so wet that if they do have a fire, they can't fight it?
Well,
Or they get stuck?
that's exactly right. That's what the judge and I talked about. I don't know if there's any solution. Just last week before we had all the rain, we were 2 or 3 fires that had to call records out because the fire trucks got stuck. So it's really gonna be bad. And what they do, if they go into a situation where there's a fire and they can't get to it, they somehow try to box it in, but sometimes they just let it burn. There's not really a lot you can do about it.
Yeah, it's a situation where it is too dry or it's too wet.
Yeah.
And I think the people out in the county really depend on burning their trash and different things. I would hope they would use their heads and not go to a big mass burning until they got a little further down the line out in the spring. But anyway, my recommendation is that we take it off for a while anyway.
I move that we will the burn ban.
Do you have a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next item that we have is a discuss take action on the Coolidge Volunteer Fire Department Service Agreement. This is an agreement that we pretty much do with all of the 11, I guess it is, of volunteer fire departments, an agreement for them to provide services, and we will in turn give them some monies each year to do that. I just didn't know if y'all want to do this with the city of Coolidge.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That motion will pass. Item number 9 is discuss and take action on the Heritage Festival request for funding, donation. Do we have anything on that? Is there anyone, anybody here? Yes. Come on up, talk to us.
My name's Julia Morton, and I'm the chair of the Heritage Festival this year. And we are requesting some funds from the county because it brings a lot of people into the county. We have the ranch sorting competition in conjunction with the Heritage Festival, and they filled the hotel rooms last year. And I'm sure some of it flowed over from the lake too, because I don't imagine there were enough all in Rosebeck itself. So I'm just requesting some funds from y'all to help with the costs of running the Heritage Festival. We're trying to make it a very family-oriented event. It's all gonna be out at Fort Parker. The county owns a third of Fort Parker. So we were hoping to get some funds from y'all, and I just heard you had some extra and anticipated money. So, so if we could get a little of that, we'd be very appreciative.
You know, frankly, I think I need your definition of the
I'm gonna request $2,000.
2,000.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear, because,
No,
you know,
no,
if it was up to us, and it was just our personal money, we'd be giving you 10,000.
I understand that,
Since
no.
it's county money, we're
Right.
probably gonna,
No, that's my request, was 2,000.
anything else?
No, I just hope everybody will come.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is, again, one of the things after what happened last meeting that I knew would start happening, although they made this request prior to last meeting. I'll leave it up to the commissioners to either make a motion, or not.
This is in my opinion, EDC or hotel motel tax. Backyard. I'm posted.
Okay, does anybody else want to make a motion to give this $2,000 to Heritage?
Make a motion that we give the $2,000 to the Heritage Foundation.
Okay,
I'll second
and we do have a second. That being the case, then, we will take a vote, and I'll poll the commissioners, Commissioner Forrest,
No,
Commissioner Friday,
Yes.
Commissioner Savage.
Yes.
That motion will pass, and so what you'll need to do, and Natasha helped me with this, we don't already have it, we're gonna need a letter requesting that amount and a W-9 form.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
do that, I'll do that.
All right,
Thank you.
let's go ahead and move on.
Judge?
Yes.
Use contingencies?
Huh?
Use contingencies?
Yes. I don't think so. Okay, let's go then to item number 10, and that's discuss take action on getting quotes for 2 cab tractors and mowers for the road and bridge. I know this is, I won't say exactly who, but all the commissioners are wanting to make sure that we get more mowing done throughout the entire year. When it's 105 degrees, it's tough to do it, and when it's 30 degrees, it's tough to mow. So one of the things that we talked about is maybe getting at least now 2, and maybe eventually more than that, so that we can mow basically all year round. It'd be tough for us not to be mowing. I'm curious to hear what y'all have to say about this.
you haven't got quotes yet. You just want permission. You just want permission to get.
Yeah, I've talked to Robert, he went more like probably a front end of the tractor. But we can see the way we try to tractor this year, which that is one of the problems is we don't know if they're gonna let us have it. Some of the equipment we got now is supposed to be coming in, still slow coming
We're just getting quotes.
in. Yes.
I move we authorize Gary to get quotes on 2 cab tractors and mowers for road and bridge.
I'll second that.
Doesn't hurt to get a quote on it.
Okay. And we do have a motion in a second. As far as discussion goes, we'll try to figure out before where we can get that money to pay for these. Again, hopefully by the time we get the quotes, we can figure that out, so that at the meeting, when we have that, we can discuss that, okay? So we do have a motion in a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Item number 11 is we did receive an application from the BT Fuel Solar LLC application for a tax abatement. What they're thinking about doing is taking 1,200 acres. Is anybody here from the fuel? They're wanting to take those 1,200 acres and place solar panels on it. I think solar panels are a lot less intrusive than the wind turbines. On the same token, it's the commission, if we want to go forward with entertaining this.
This is for the reinvestment zone, not the tax abatement, correct?
Well, it would be basically the same. It'd be, one of the things we found out is that you don't do a reinvestment zone unless you're thinking about unless you're wanting to do the tax abatement. And so, we told them last time that we pretty much thought that they would be forward, and that's what, and they brought this application, to ask us to get started on it. So,
I move we table it to the next meeting when we have a full, commissioner report here. So we can get everybody's opinion.
okay, we do have a motion
I'll second it.
and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we table that item. The next, we should put it on the next agenda. Item number 12 is discuss and take action on a salary adjustment change, dispatch certification pay, and intermittent. This is once again one of our employees that have gone out and got their certification. This is, Heather Anthony has done this, and so, they're requesting that she receive the stipend for getting that certification.
I move that we adjust the salary for Heather Anthony.
There's a motion
I'll second it.
and a second. Any other discussion on this? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we get that back. All right, right now it is, I've got 9:14. We're going to enter into executive session, close meeting with the Illinois Texas Government Code 551.072, so the commission court can deliberate the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. And so we will go into executive session. I'll ask y'all to please excuse us. I promise it's probably going to be long.
Good to see you.
I'm gonna go, man.
Okay.